beautiful hearts and souls out there. This is Freja Enjoy, and I'm going to talk today about what is a crisis. What is a crisis? And why do we actually have a crisis? So, crisis, it's nothing new. Everybody knows that it's nothing new with the thing that we have crisis in our lives as human beings. Everybody knows this, I think. But how is it actually fruitful to have a crisis in your life? How can you use a crisis coming into your life to make your life better? Yeah, this is what I'm going to talk to you about today. And I don't know if you have noticed that sometimes it happens things in your life. It begins slowly, and small things happens that you don't really understand. Why do this happen and this happen? And then suddenly you feel like your world around you and inside you is crashing in one or the other way. And people, we talk about this, we call it crisis. A crisis is when you or when we go into a field of something we actually don't have control over. So I'm going to put this in a new light now and say, maybe the most interesting angle into what is a crisis and how it can benefit you in your life, in your future life from now and forward. This is maybe this thing that the crisis you cannot control. It comes into your life circumstances that you can't control. And it changes your normal, so to say, normal way to look at your life. The crisis comes in and changes things for you. So the crisis, why is it a crisis? It can be a crisis of many reasons. There can be a crisis because there can be a so-called illness. It can be a so-called some kind of emergency situation in your life. You maybe lose your home. You maybe lose some person in your family or something you love very much, or it can be work you have lost, and things like this. It can be many different things that make you go into what we call crisis. So this that people mostly look at as the stigmatization, so to say, the maybe not so good parts, the bad parts, the hard and difficult parts with a crisis. I would like to turn them upside down and say that exactly those things are maybe exactly what is the good things. You just have to look at them in another through another keyhole, with other glasses, and not use tunnel seeing. Broaden your view. Look outside your box and see that this thing that you can't control things anymore, that you used to control when you are in the crisis, this is going to change your qualities. Like, for example, it's going to change your qualities in the way for the better, because you're going to loosen up and you are going to be more limitless, and you will be in a zone who is not anymore so much your comfort zone. This makes your mind more open, and if you can be aware of this, you can be more in the stillness inside of you and in your heart. So your heart space can also be much more open than it was before. You can use this crisis to evolve something new inside of you that is going to help you to be a more happy, loving, joyful, more peaceful person. And also in the, so to say, steps of the crisis, when you go forward in your crisis, there can come those steps where you maybe begin to re-evaluate your beliefs about yourself, about people around you, about people at all, about society, about what is important to you, or also about what maybe is not so important anymore for you. This is good things, all of it, when you begin to look at these things in a new perspective. And you will need to have some practices. You can have these good practices of doing meditations. You can find different meditations in my YouTube channel. You can also Google meditations and search on YouTube for meditations, and you can search for a meditation that you feel will be something interesting for you. And you can also do meditation and yoga. The purpose of both practices is for you to go inside of yourself and be in your true essence, who is inner stillness, love, light, and the sense of to be joyful and feel happiness. And how do you do this when there is a crisis, like you lose someone? Of course, if you lose something that you love very much, or whatever, if it feels, you maybe feel you need to grieve. You maybe are very sad. You maybe feel you need to cry. You should never, ever not allow yourself to do that. You should instead be sure you make a space for you where it's safe for you to grieve and be sad and cry. Take care of yourself, take care of your heart, take care of your soul, and give yourself love. Let yourself grieve. Because when you let yourself grieve, in the moment you feel the grief, it's going to be a release for everything you are. And whatever other feelings it comes, in a crisis, it can come like a line of feelings. Maybe it will be, it's hot here, it's hot here. It can be maybe grief, anger, maybe you feel then apathy, how do you say in English? Apathy. It can be different kind of feelings coming one after the other. And the most important with this is to accept all your feelings. Accept the now moment, accept everything that comes up in the now moment, that take care of that. And say to yourself that everything is okay, that you feel this now, and take care of it and let yourself have these feelings. This is the most important. Then you can take steps and think when you are not in the turmoil of these feelings that can be strong and coming and going when you are in your crisis. And accept, instead of maybe trying to level up and force yourself to feel something you're not feeling, like being on a level like tipping on toes and be falsely happy, like try to look like you are happy when you're not. You will feel happiness between, but you have to go to and through the feelings of grief, and if you have anger, and you gotta find out how to go through the feelings. If it's anger, you know, there is many ways you can go through those feelings. You should never hurt yourself, anyone else, or anything else. Never, whatever it's about. You should never hurt anyone, not yourself, not anyone else, or anything else. And you can find different ways to get out your anger. You can do some physical work, go out on a bike, run, do gymnastics, punch your pillow, or you find out what's working for you. And this is important because you cannot stay. You can, of course, tell yourself that I feel okay even if you don't feel okay, just to go through the day. But then you gotta know consciously how you do it and why you do it and that you do it. Because you can't be false to yourself or others, but you can go into to be nice and actually feel much better through be in a state of more harmony, temporary, during a day, or maybe after some day of grief, or how long you stay there. But you can't push it under the push it down all the time. You have to go through it. How you do it, you can find out what works for you. But the message here I wanted to say is that crises are actually something that comes with living a life as a human being. A human being will never live a life without going through crisis. Maybe, I don't know, I haven't heard about it. Maybe there are people who don't go through the crisis. Maybe there are people who only avoid and run away from it. It's not gonna work for them, of course. If people avoid their feelings, it's not working, because they are coming. The feelings are a need. They are part of you as a whole being. The feelings, you are a totality, and the feelings are a part of you. The feelings are actually a compass to show you how to navigate. So, a crisis is therefore an opportunity. And if you look at it that way and slow down and don't have the same demands on yourself as you used to have in your life, don't have the same ideas about what you're gonna do every day or anything like that. Try to slow down and go with what is inside of you, what you feel, and these kind of things. And have contact with your intuition in this process. Have contact with your intuition, your feelings, and breathe consciously. Stop yourself from thinking. That's one of my meditations, which is very important. To be a witness to your own thoughts. So you can stop your thoughts sometimes. Stop and take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Stop your thoughts. And try to sit in stillness for a while. And take a look, an overview of your life. And if you can and like, you can write down ideas that comes up about who you maybe reevaluate you and your life, and maybe redefine yourself. As I talk about in this energy report for May, there is one of the energies that is very strongly for people to redefine themselves. So I want to end this video now to say this message, that be grateful for everything in your life and everything you are, because you are truly a magical, amazing being of light and love. And stillness. That's what you are inside of yourself, in truth, in divine truth. So if you just give yourself time, it will evolve inside of you more and more. And yeah, have an amazing, beautiful day wherever you are in your life. I know you can make it. Make it beautiful. Breathe. Accept what you feel. Accept who you are. You are so loved. Love yourself. Be grateful for everything you have and are. Thank you so much for listening. And if you like my video, click the like button. Thank you. And give me that support. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, just click the subscribe button and you can be a part there of my wonderful YouTube community. And if you have questions or anything you would like to say to me, you are so welcome to write that under this video. I have open for people to write comments. I will answer. Thank you so much for watching this video, and so much blessings and love from me, Freja Enjoy. Blessings.